Welcome, deep divers. So, just picture this for a second. You're on this amazing super yacht, right?
Hmm.
Crystal clear water, endless sunshine, like 5-star service. And, oh yeah, a camera crew basically following every single move you make.
Yeah, the whole package.
It's that glamorous, often pretty chaotic world of shows like Below Deck. We watch it, we get totally hooked by the luxury, the amazing places, and, well, let's be honest, the drama. All the drama between the crew and the guest.
Absolutely. It's addictive.
But how much of what we actually see on screen is really how it goes down behind the scenes?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So today we're doing a real deep dive into Below Deck. Our mission, to kind of peel back that super glossy, fancy curtain and find out the surprising, sometimes honestly jaw-dropping truths about what it's really like to be on that show.
Okay.
We're talking everything. The guest experience, like how much do they actually pay, the crew's life, all the hidden rules, their salaries, and, that big question. Is any of this stuff even scripted? And we've pulled from all over for this. Deep dive articles, chats with former cast members, even some scoops from production itself.
Yeah, and it's fascinating when you start digging in. You immediately see this huge gap between how we think the superyacht world works, especially when it's, cranked up to 11 by TV cameras, and the actual, sometimes pretty tough reality of it all.
It's definitely not just sunshine and champagne all the time.
Not even close.
No, definitely not. And speaking of surprises, let's kick off right there because this is where it gets really interesting. The guest experience. You might think being a charter guest on Below Deck is, this megabucks vacation.
Which, it looks like it.
It does. But for the guests, it's often this surprisingly discounted luxury. Our sources found out, for example, that on Below Deck Mediterranean Season 6, guests paid roughly $40,000 or $45,000 for their charters over in Croatia.
Okay, that's still a lot of money, but way less than I'd guess.
Way less. And to be specific, a typical charter on the show is usually about 2 nights and 3 days for that $40.
Yeah.
Or maybe 3 nights, 4 days if they pay the $45K.
Right.
Now, that fee, it actually covers quite a bit. You get round-trip economy flights for up to 8 guests, usually to Malta or wherever they're based. Hotel the night before and after, all your food, all your drinks on the yacht, and even a personalized itinerary.
Wow.
So it's surprisingly comprehensive for what seems like a discounted price.
But what's really kind of mind-blowing is how big that discount actually is. Because chartering a yacht like Lady Michelle, the one from that Below Deck Med season, in the real world, no cameras, you're looking at $275,000 minimum per week.
Get out. Seriously.
Seriously.
Yeah.
And that can go up to like $310,000 in high season. Other yachts we've seen on the show, they're in that range too, maybe $140,000 up to over $300,000 a week.
Yeah.
So yeah, what guests pay on the show, it's like a tiny fraction of the real cost.
Okay, that's just wild. It makes you wonder, why wouldn't you jump at that deal? But it's a huge bargain on paper.
Yeah.
But that saving, it does come at a cost, doesn't it, in other ways?
Oh, it's for sure.
For the guests, it's not just about the money saved. They give up so much privacy. 200/7 filming, literally every moment for days.
Constant surveillance.
And then after the show airs, you've got the public scrutiny, the social media comments, people picking apart everything you did. And sometimes people can be pretty brutal online, getting ridiculed.
Yeah, that's the trade-off.
So what does that say about wanting luxury or maybe wanting that little bit of fame? How does production use that?
That's a really good point. And beyond just being filmed all the time, production has some really specific, almost hidden rules for the guests, too.
Oh, really? Like what?
Well, for one, they're generally not supposed to talk to the producers, even when they have a microphone on. It's all about keeping up that appearance of, seamless reality.
Huh.
And here's a weird one. You absolutely cannot say bravo on camera. Apparently, it's some kind of legal thing, maybe brand protection.
No saying the name of the channel they're on? That's bizarre.
Right. And then there's the music issue, big licensing problems. So no playing music that might get picked up by the mics. Remember Lee Persenti and Roy Orbison Jr.'s group?
Vaguely, yeah.
They literally had to go party behind closed doors in their cabins because they couldn't play music out on deck where they were being filmed. Imagine paying all that money and having to hide in your room to play some tunes.
That is... wow. Just strange. Okay, but let's talk about the crew's favorite bit, the tip.
Ah, yes, the tip meeting.
This is where it gets interesting again because the tip is usually based on 20% of the original full-price charter cost, not the discount the guests paid.
Right. the real value of the charter.
Exactly. So on average, that works out to about $15,000 to $20,000 for the crew to split. Some guests, like Roy Orbison Jr.'s group again and Therese Lauren, they tipped even more. Lauren gave something like $25,800.
That's a hefty tip.
It is. But then you get guests like Athena Lucene. She tipped $15,000, which is still a lot of money, but apparently she was dragged online for it because she'd made really high demands during the charter.
Yeah, expectations versus reality again.
And Captain Carrie Titherage once called a tip just under $20 pathetic for a 5-day charter. So the expectations are high.
They are. And, while $20,000 sounds huge, that expectation to tip, it's set right from the start. The charter quotes literally say, plus food, alcohol, fuel, and gratuities.
Ah.
So it's not really optional. It's just standard practice in the whole yachting industry. The show just reflects that.
Okay, so the guests get this amazing discounted trip, but they pay for it in privacy and scrutiny. That makes me think about the crew, the ones actually making it all happen. We see the perks, right? The travel, being on TV. But what's the real day-to-day like for them? Is it that glamorous, or is there this hidden grind we don't really see?
Oh, there's definitely a grind. And that's where digging into the crew's life gets really eye-opening. Their time on below deck is run by a surprising number of rules, some written, some just understood. Our sources found like 15 secret rules the cast has to follow.
15. Okay, let's hear some.
Well, number one, and this is huge, constant filming, 24/7, seriously. Cameras are everywhere, including inside their cabins.
Even the cabins. Wow.
Yeah. The only truly private space is supposed to be the bathroom, but even then, if more than one crew member goes in, cameras can follow them.
No way.
And get this, crew can't even turn off their own cabin lights. They have to signal production to do it for them. It's like total loss of control over your own little space.
That's intense. Basically zero privacy.
Pretty much. Then another big one, no interacting with production. Crew can't acknowledge the camera crew, can't look at them. And again, absolutely no saying bravo.
Still weird.
Yeah. Keeps the illusion, I guess. Then the job always comes first. Boat duties above everything. No excuses. Captain's orders are law, especially safety. Safety trumps charter fun, always.
Makes sense. Gotta be safe.
Health and safety are massive, too. You have to disclose all medication. That's what led to Hannah Ferrier getting fired. Remember, she didn't disclose anxiety meds.
I remember that controversy.
And they can be drug tested anytime. No drugs on board, period. That's standard maritime law anyway, but they enforce it.
Okay. So it sounds incredibly strict. Not exactly the party boat vibe we sometimes see on their days off.
Not when they're working, no. Then there are professional standards, using titles like captain in front of guests, showing respect for the crew you don't see on camera, like the first officer, the engineer, the people actually keeping the boat running.
The unsung heroes.
Totally. And the ceremony stuff, lining up in uniform, the whites, for every guest arrival and departure, including the tip handover.
The walk of shame or glory.
Exactly. And a golden rule, maritime law again.
Well,
Absolute sobriety at sea. If that yacht isn't tied up at the dock, the crew working have to be sober. No wiggle room.
makes sense. You need clear heads.
Another big one, Captain Sandy really pushes this. Keep the drama contained. Personal stuff stays below deck, away from the guests. It's okay for the cameras, obviously, but not for the charter guests' experience.
The drama for us, not for them.
Pretty much. And after every charter, those interviews are mandatory. That's where they get the context, the explanations, and, drive the storylines.
The confessionals.
Right. And finally, they expect honesty with producers, especially about past relationships, like Adam Glick and Malia White trying to hide they knew each other. Didn't work out too well. The truth tends to come out.
It always does on reality TV, doesn't it? So it's not just physically hard work. It's mentally, emotionally draining, too. And just to underline the physical part, Kate Chastain, former chief stew, she confirmed they work 16-hour shifts, plus daily.
Yeah, it's brutal.
That is not a vacation job. That's a serious grind for weeks. Which makes you ask, for all that hassle and pressure, what's the payoff? Is the money actually worth it?
That's the core question, right?
Okay, so they're working like crazy, no privacy, cameras everywhere. Now for the big one, show me the money. How much do below-deck crew actually make? You said it's a mix, right?
Yeah, it's basically three things. There's standard industry salary for being a yachty, the tips, and then an appearance fee from Bravo for being on the show.
Okay, so let's break that down. What's the industry salary like?
Well, just the yachting job itself pays pretty well, actually. Even before TV, if you worked a full year, a deckhand might make around $60,000.
Okay.
A bosun, who's like the lead deckhand, maybe $66,000. A chef, depending on experience, could be about $85,000 a year. Really, top chefs can get way more, like up to $135,000.
Wow, chefs making bank.
Yeah. Chief stew, typically around $84,000 annually. And the captain. On a yacht the size they use on the show, say 160, 190 feet, someone like Captain Carrie Tetheredge, you're looking at maybe $228,000 a year.
Whoa, okay, captain does all right.
Definitely. Even the more junior roles, like a second or third stew, they're probably making around $5,000, $6,000 a month. Deckhands maybe $3,500, $4,500 a month. So the base pay is solid.
So they're already earning good money just doing their jobs, but then Bravo adds something on top.
Right. There's an appearance fee. Sources say it's around $5,000 to $6,000 per month of filming.
Per month, okay.
And since the filming season is only about 6 weeks long.
Ah, so it works out to maybe $6,000 total for doing the show, for that short contract.
Roughly, yeah. It's not a...
Wow. Okay, so the tips really add up. That's huge motivation.
Huge.
But it is interesting comparing their pay to other Bravo shows. Some former casts, like Eddie Lucas and Ashley Marty, they've said publicly that the Below Deck cast are kind of the lowest paid on Bravo.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Compared to, say, The Real Housewives, who might make over $1 million a season, or even Southern Charm, where they supposedly get $25,000 an episode. It's a big difference.
It is a big difference in the direct paycheck, yeah.
So, while it's good money overall, it's not Housewives money. So what does that tell us? Is the real value maybe not the immediate cash, but more the platform the show gives them?
I think that's exactly it. That's the key insight. The direct TV money might be less, but the show is this incredible launch pad.
Right, for other things.
Exactly. So many crew members smartly use that fame. They start side businesses, like Barbie Pasquale has her table decor company now. Captain Carrie started Yachting Concepts, and he does cameo videos for like $99 a pop. And then you have people like Kate Chastain who built whole other media careers off the back of the show, hosting other TV gigs.
Right, she's everywhere now.
So that long-term value, the chance for a career after yachting, that's definitely a huge part of the whole compensation package. It probably affects who even applies, you know?
That makes total sense. So if you're listening and thinking, maybe I should try to get on Below Deck, it's not as easy as just like sending in a selfie video.
Not at all. It's really like applying for 2 jobs at once.
Okay, so what do you actually need?
Our sources laid out about 8 main things you need. First, and this is non-negotiable, you have to be a properly licensed and certified yacht crew member.
Right, because the charters are real.
Exactly. Real guests paying money. You need real qualifications. Second, got to be at least 21. Third, you can't be running for public office. Guess they don't want political drama on top of the boat drama.
Probably wise.
Fourth, you usually apply online. Send in your CV, a short intro video gives them a taste of your personality. Fifth, you have to sort out your own visas for wherever they're filming. That can be tricky.
Okay, so real professional hurdles, not just can you bring the drama?
Definitely not. Sixth, you sign a pretty hefty contract with Bravo, plus waivers, release forms, all the TV stuff. Seventh, there's a big background check.
For safety, I assume?
For safety, yes, but also to figure out your personality, how you'll fit in the group, and yeah, let's be honest, your potential for adding to the story. Potential for drama.
The secret sauce.
And lastly, number 8. You have to be genuinely ready for the hard work. Those 16-hour-plus days, they're real. It's tough even without cameras.
So bottom line, producers need real, skilled yachties who also have that personality, that's something extra that'll make for good TV. Bring the spark.
Pretty much. They need competence and charisma, or maybe competence and conflict potential.
How do they even judge that spark from an application and background check? Are they deliberately picking people who might clash?
Well, they're certainly looking for strong personalities, and yeah, they're thinking about how those types might interact under intense pressure. It's less about scripting conflict, more about putting naturally expressive people who aren't afraid to speak their minds, into that pressure cooker environment and seeing what happens.
Right, setting the stage.
Exactly. A mix of professional skill and compelling TV presence.
Okay, and that brings us to the ultimate reality show question. Is Below Deck scripted? What's the real deal?
Well, the consensus from the sources is pretty clear. It's generally unscripted. The crew are real yachties, not actors reading lines.
Okay.
There's a great quote from producer Courtland Cox. He said, "The things that happen on the show I could never in a million years come up with."
I believe that sometimes.
Right. So, sure, scenes get edited, maybe dramatized a bit for storytelling. The environment is definitely engineered to create dynamics. But the actual events, the arguments, the hookups, They're mostly authentic.
So the core interactions are real.
Yeah. Captain Lee backed this up too. He called the show a pretty accurate snapshot of yacht life. He even admitted that any captain who thinks they really, really knows what goes on with his crew all the time is fooling himself.
Meaning even he gets surprised by what they get up to.
Exactly. Suggesting a lot happens organically, maybe even off camera, that feeds into the show. It speaks to the reality of that confined space.
I mean, you really couldn't make up some of the stuff we see. And Captain Lee also pointed out that this kind of drama, this tension, it's actually pretty normal in yachting anyway, right?
That's what he says, yeah.
Just because you got all these people living and working literally on top of each other, conflict is almost inevitable, show or no show.
Precisely. It's baked into the situation. Intense work, close quarters, big personalities. The show just puts a massive magnifying glass on it.
So there you have it, deep divers. A pretty revealing look behind the curtain of Below Deck. We've seen how guests get that kind of unbelievable discount on luxury, but the price is their privacy and facing the online masses. We explored the super intense life of the crew, all those secret rules, the crazy long hours, and we got into the solid yachting salaries, those really big tips, and the maybe smaller than you'd think Bravo fee, which acts more like a career launch pad.
Yeah, and if you sort of pull back and look at the whole picture, it makes you wonder, doesn't it? Does this whole chase for extreme luxury and reality TV entertainment just naturally create this environment that's loaded with both huge rewards and really intense pressure and scrutiny? For everyone involved, guests, crew, even production.
That's a really interesting way to put it. Definitely makes you think. If you were going to jump on a super yacht, either as a guest enjoying the ride or a crew member doing the hard graft, what would you value most? The pure luxury, your privacy, or maybe that totally unique, absolutely wild experience of being on reality TV, something to chew on until our next deep dive.